Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Kaboom! Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks travelled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders... Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Muma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the Potato People. The Potato People, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. Magic? He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy, powering and connecting all things living, like the Nono. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You've found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree of life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land. The apocalypse sparked a re-evolution, the Second Coming, and our lineage. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Murkpuff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the northwest route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoofpuff at the end of the east route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porkypuff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intent. He can't understand why you'd do such a thing. He won't make it out of here on his own.
Good work, clever clogs. Let me guide you into the dark.
Seriously? I always thought better of you than that.
And you were wrong. There's always more dark than light.
There's still time to turn back.
They're already heading down my road.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date knows you'll make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there's 2 nearby. The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. You get it. You can take all the hits. They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Says they're wary of strangers. Doesn't know if the Sifu will have time for you, but he'll let you in to find...
Zata is de moi tot loho. Kariesne stace. Paro, ya put
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the news of a cold-blooded road, the wall that separates them from the other side, the wasteland. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories. Sometimes one memory can... There were 6 of Jagni says fear and hatred. He didn't expect that of you. You were born bad, so you could do... He'll give you a chance to change your mind before you leave and asks you to reconsider. He recognizes you sometimes need to challenge your mindset to make up your mind. The Sifu... He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both share dark... Tells you... He Anyway, you... The gatekeeper welcomed... Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Now that's loot. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the... Goop says some choose to be lonely because no one understands what they're going through. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. No, he... He says that wasn't too bad, was it? He says but you need practice. Judging by your Muma's look, it's... You promised you'd train with her. She's not unhappy. She'll see you at the village square. She Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up. It's your own future you're in. He wonders what. Sometimes he can work wonders with almost any. You did well. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience.
Kalino?
You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the...
Kentsi.
She suggests you...
Sana yode.
She wants you to grow up and start...
Sana yode.
She says it...
Boila kodo.
You've... They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there. He's not scared of it. He wants to know who you think. He says you're right. Nobody can tell him what... She asks if you're hurt. What happened? If it's... Here's someone close to... He asks if you could help. He'll leave... He's curious to see what you found. He's gathered so much over... Your Muma says it's about time you... Hopes you're as ready... She says she is... Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. You should just keep working and you'll do well. Been working on... You should go see her. she?
Masammal.
Your Muma says she's never
Ansonbara.
a piece of
Dere.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your
Domale tuk.
You should think of it as
Kanyalano toro.
your Muma says you look tired. No one.
Ferena masalapu.
Rest, and you'll Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire.
Antoro. Kensi.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Masammal.
Your Mumas,
Kensi.
whatever happens, here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, The only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on.
The tribe's caught a Fluffy Hulk. Better watch out.
They couldn't keep it down. Fluff Hulk's on the loose. Not gonna happen with your key energy level. They've received news a Ronin joined the tribe's ranks and were looking forward to meeting. You should hurry there and help them. Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Look, an emergency box from the old days. Wow, bet that Nuck makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? That notice board? filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting the Toxanol Corporation. Well, there must... It's Peekaboo Park. Young ones love this sort of place. That's a Myriad tribe outpost. Easy to get lost here. Damage. Grin and bear it. Disgusting. Biohazard. Just gross. The Vespidat outpost, long-time home of the Myriad tribe. Says you need to hit them where it hurts. Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. That hit the spot, wrecked it. Give those twirly wheels a turn. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That wasn't the right way. Yes, the river tub's going down the drain. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. Says they've been treated fair, but is glad to see you. Hopes you'll treat the rivals with the same respect they treated them. Wishes there was another way, but they'll do their best. A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger. timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. It's complicated. Give it another try. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
Be Muzami.
Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the...
Skuni.
Says you're lucky to have the honor. Out of Date says he's doing his best to keep up, but from what he can tell...
Nuka, Noborak,
He
Loto Lu Bayo,
You...
Vunko, Vuntu, Loto Lu Bayo,
He...
Kaboba.
Goop is working on making his goo glide strong enough to break the waves out to the World Eater.
Kaboba Farhi.
You should get over there and see... Everything is at stake. That's a little too much for you yet. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. There's not much left of what we used to call our world. Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he... Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces. He knows he's easy to remember. He understands. Now the time has come for you. He understands why you seek revenge, but he doesn't...
Yes, that's the way. No arguing with that.
Sometimes your gut is flat out wrong.
Don't ever doubt yourself. You are number one.
Even the dark knows you're better than this.
Stick with me. We'll rule the world.
Figures the world is a goner. Wishes... You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Goo Glide strong. Dawn feels like greeting an old friend. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Choke up that grip. Time to get a move on before all your chances slip on by. you're a little wet behind the ears. Your reserves. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the act. You have Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. The long-lasting effect this had on the evolution of wildlife was, as we know now, the only reason we came to exist. Let's see.
Mukam. Sairuya. Yangu.
He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net.
Chaida.
There's
Tuntwa.
Goop says
Tuntwa.
the best way to... This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be... That's where he bob. What a wonderful day! Welcome to the Surf Archipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy goo. Don't you love that surf spray? Sometimes your mind creates an illusion where it's possible to go back in time to relive a moment in your life. We all have things in our past we wish hadn't happened, and can come to remember seeing and doing things that never happened. However, there's no doubt that what you remember makes your future different. Choose the automaton functionality you want to recall. Good thing you recalled how to activate the automaton's health injector. That will be useful. You're poking around Pokbur, a prime village. Listen to the sound of that surf.
That's all, Mona.
Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else.
Na utu.
Says they're known for their high quality. Any sun is way better than none. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least.
Ja.
Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now.
Fairy tale.
Not sure if you're likable enough to be let in on it.
Ava Sayo do Wanucha.
Says you look trustworthy. Might as well tell you where it is.
Tevele Manuya.
Glad to find someone who sees the world for the disaster it already is.
Dupo, Wecho, non Buche.
Says you... He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Points out that he's hungry too, but always thirsty for more. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wants to know if you... Either way, he hopes you... Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure. Says you should respect. Thinks it's funny you wound up with the Jagni. They drink so little, like birds. Guesses someone has to be, but who cares? Says you... The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only... Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better... Says he's not sure you can. Physically, that is. Shudders to think about how a kid became such a ruined adult. Says... Who wouldn't love this? Feel that thing thrum? The Quack Hollow. It's just loonly. When a story comes to you, pay attention.